Hello friends, in this lesson we will be discussing about benefits of learning foreign languages. Learning a new language at any age is an enormously rewarding experience in many ways. But there are many other reasons and variety of advantages starting a language early can provide. These are some of the most notable benefits. First is higher test score. Numerous reports have proven that students who have studied a foreign language perform much better than monolingual peers on many standardized tests. A report shows that students with 4 or more years of foreign language study score on average 140 points higher than students with half a year or less experience. Second, better reading skills. A knowledge of a second language gives an advantage in learning to read, an ability to apply the insights and experiences of one language to the other language, as well as one's wider experience of language, gives a big leg up. As they grow older, this advantage continues and grows. Plus, being able to read 2 languages is pretty impressive all by itself. For children, the feeling of accomplishment that comes with their first steps toward a second language can spur them on to a deeper and broader passion for learning in general. And because children are at a special window of opportunity in which language learning is intuitive and natural, the ease and pleasure of the experience may boost their confidence and their desire for new discoveries. Fourth is gives brain a boost. The mind is much more like a muscle than we have ever realized. Research into the effects of bilingualism suggests that exposure to more than one language is an excellent way of flexing those brain muscles and building them up too. Gray matter is responsible for processing information, including memory, speech, and sensory perception. And if it can be increased by exposure to a second language, then language learning would be just like taking your brain into the gym. Fifth is native-like accent. A study shows that adults with significant exposure to a language in childhood can end up speaking like a native. By starting early, one can speak smoothly and confidently from the first. Sixth is great opportunities for career. Colleges now place an increasingly high value on knowledge of more than one language. As the admissions process becomes more competitive across the board, knowing a second or a third language adds a new dimension to an applicant's resume. And as the economy becomes more and more globalized, English only becomes less and less of an option. Seventh is bigger view of the world. Traveling abroad is an experience which can benefit anyone, offering not just new sights to see, but new frames of mind and new perspectives. By knowing their language, one can feel as if he is a part of the culture and the life of this new world, as you are not a total stranger just visiting. Like reading a poem in another tongue you know. You will hear more than just the language. You will hear the music behind it as well and the life. Eighth is richer vocabulary. The experience of learning a new language can bring greater understanding and perhaps even better grammar to our first language. Knowing the way another language works encourages us to examine our own language's mechanism in a positive way. By being able to compare the two, we learn more than we ever would as a monolingual. One can use what they learn in one language to reinforce concepts and terms they have learned in the other. Ninth is cultural connections. To be able to communicate with a person in his language builds a bridge not only to that person but to the heritage and history they represent. To maintain that connection keeps alive memories, stories, and traditions as well. 10th is an all family activity. Learning a language together as a family provides a unifying activity which doesn't require you to drive your kids anywhere and doesn't make it necessary to be in 10 places at once. Starting this process early with a child provides a family with an activity and an experience it can return to the grow with over the years. This was the discussion about learning the foreign languages. Thank you.